Without objection, the chair reserves the right to declare the committee in recess at any point. But before I begin, I want to remind those in the audience, this hearing is open to the public, but actions that disrupt or distract from the proceedings will not be tolerated. I also want to remind members that if you have to enter or leave the room, please do so through the anteroom and not through the doors in the back, because the noise is very distracting to our witnesses and members on the dais. The chair reserves the right to remove disruptive persons from the hearing. I want to thank our witnesses for appearing and for your service to our nation. Over the last 2 months, we've heard from each of our combatant commanders that the threats we face today are more complex and more formidable than at any point over the last 30 years. They each raised grave concerns about how China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea are working together to reduce America's global influence, harm our alliances, and undermine our national security. Iran and North Korea are arming Russia with deadly effect in Ukraine. And China's no-limits partnership with Russia is paying off for both countries. Russia is getting critical economic assistance, rocket motors, and microelectronics from China. Putin is using the assistance to keep his economy afloat and to produce the missiles, aircraft, and other weaponry that is devastating Ukraine. China is getting cheap oil and vital missile technology and enriched uranium from Russia. Xi is using the assistance to help his economy recover and to fuel his breathtaking buildup of space-based and nuclear weapons. China is also buying over 1 million barrels of oil a day from Iran in defiance of Western sanctions. The Ayatollah is using the oil revenues to fund his nuclear ambitions, arm his terrorist proxies, and launch an unprecedented and unjustified direct attack on Israel. Putin, Xi, Kim, and the Ayatollah are testing the credibility of American deterrence and the strength of our alliances. After witnessing the president's disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan and his hand-wringing approach to providing lethal aid to Ukraine, they sense weakness in American resolve. We can't leave them with that impression, and we can't let them continue to get away with their malign actions. We must restore American deterrence, but to do so, we need a budget that will enable that. We need a budget that supports the rapid modernization of our military, a budget that fully funds readiness to ensure we can fight tonight, and a budget that will improve the quality of life of our service members so we can recruit and retain the most lethal fighting force on the planet. Unfortunately, this budget does not do those things. The 1% increase it proposes entirely is inadequate. It actually is a 2% cut when you factor in inflation. But this is the hand dealt to us by the Fiscal Responsibility Act that we all have responsibility for enacting. As we move to mark up the FY25 NDA, we will play that hand that was dealt us. But we all need to understand the risk to our national security that this level of investment presents. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses about what this budget means for our military readiness, our modernization timeliness, and our efforts to improve service member quality of life. And most importantly, what this budget means for our ability to deter our increasingly undeterred adversaries. With that, I yield to my friend.